When Chapman Billies leave the street and drouthy neighbours meet, when market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, whilst we sit boozing at the nappy, getting fou and unca happy, we think nae o the long Scots miles, the mosses, watters, slaps and stiles, the lie atween us in our hames, whar sits our sulky, sullen dames, gathering their brews like gathering storm, nursing their wrath to keep it warm. This truth fund honest Tam Shanter, as he frae ae right night did canter, old Ayr, whom ne'er a tune surpasses, for honest men and bonny lasses. O Tam, had butst thou been sae wise to heed your ain wife Kate's advice, she telled you well you were a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, who fae November till October, I'd merk it nicht thou wasna sober. That ilka melder with the miller, thou sat as long as thou had siller, and every naig that caed a shoe on, the smith and thee got the roaring fou on. In the Lord's house, even on Sunday, thou drunk wi' Kirk and Jean till Monday. Well, she prophesied that later soon you would be found deep drowned in Doon, or catched by warlocks in the mirk, by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames that gars me greet, to think how mony counsels sweet, how many lengthened sage advices, the husband fae the wife despises. But to our tale, ae market nicht, Tam got plunted on Cooricht, fast by an ingle bleezing finely, where Reeman swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow suitor Johnny, his ancient trusty drouthy crony, Tam looed him like a very brother, for they'd been fou for weeks together. Well, the nicht raid on with sangs and clatter, and how the ale was growing better, the landlady and Tam grew gracious with secret favours sweet and precious. The suitor telled his queerest stories, and the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without nach raring whistle, Tam didna mind the storm a whistle. Care mad to see a man sae happy, he'd drowned himself a man the nappy. As bees flee hame with lades of treasure, their minutes wing their way with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er a' the ills of life victorious. But pleasures, they are like poppies spread, you seize the flower, the bloom is shed, or like the snowfall on the river, a moment white, then gone forever. Or like the borealis race, that flits or you can point its place, or like the rainbow's lovely form, vanishing amid the storm. Nae man can tether time nor tide. That hour approaches, Tam maun ride. That hour, the next black art's the keystane. That dreary hour he mounts his beast in, when sicknicht he taks the road in, as nae poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twould blaw its last, the rattling showers rose in the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud deep in land the thunder bellowed. That nicht a child would understand that the deil had business on his hand. Wheel mounted on his grey mare Meg, while a better never lifted leg, Tam skelpit on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whilst hudding fast his gid blue bonnet, and crooning on some old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round with prudent care, lest bogles catch him unaware. Kirkalloway was drawing nigh, where ghasts and howlets nickly cry. Well, by this time he was crossed the ford, wherein the snaw the chapman smoored. He was past the birks and meikle stane, where drunken Charlie bracks next bane. He was through the winds and by the cairn, where the hunters fund on murdered bairn, and by the thorn and doon the well, where Mungo's mother hinged hersel. Before him, doon poured all its floods. The Dublin storms rose through the woods, the lichnings flashed frae pole to pole, and near and more near the thunders rolled. Until, glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkalloway seemed in a blaze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou can make us scorn, what Tippany would face an evil, what Uskaba would face the devil, while the swats say reamed in Tammy's noddle. Fair play, he cared nae deals a boddle. But Meg, she stood right there astonished, till by the hand and heel admonished, she ventured forward to the licht, and Tam saw an unca sicht. He saw warlocks and witches in a dance, nae cotillion Brent knew fae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspies and reels put life and metal on their heels. And on a winnock bunker in the east, There sat old Nick, in shape of beast, a towsy tyke, black, grim and large, and to gie them music was his charge, while he screwed the pipes and gart them skirl, till roof and rafters all did dirl. Coffins stood round like open bresses, to show the deed in their last dresses. And by some devilish cantrip slicht, each in its cold hand held a licht, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the holy table a murderer's banes and gibbet irons, and twa span lang wee and christened bairns. A thief new cutted for the rape, wi' his last gasp his gab did gape. 5 tomahawks wi' murder crusted, 5 scimitars wi' blood red rusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son of life bereft, with the grey hairs yet stack to the heft. And mair, a horrible and awful, which even to name would be unlawful. But Tam he glowered amazed and curious, as the mirth and fun grew fast and furious, while the piper loud and louder blew, and the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they cleekit, till ilka carlin swat and reekit, and she kissed her doodies at the whack, as she linkit at them in her sack. But Tam, oh Tam, had they been queens, all plump and strapping in their teens, and their sacks, instead of crishy flannin, been snow-white 1700 linen, well, these bricks of mine will only pair, that once were plush with good blue hair, well, I'd ha' ha'en them off my hurdies, for I blink of the bonny birdies. But whether beldams, old and droll, rig woody hags with speen a foal, louping and flinging on a crummock, it's a wonder it didna turn your stomach. But Tam kent what was what fu brawly. There was I went some wench and Wally that night enlisted on the core, lang after Kent on Carrick shore, where mony's the beast to dead she shot, and perished mony's a bonny boat. She shook baith meikle corn and beer, as she held the countryside to fear, in her cutty sark a paisley harn, which as a lassie she had worn, and longitude though sairly scanty, it was her best and she was vanty. Though little kent her reverend granny, the sark she coughed for her wee nanny, with 2 pound Scots, was all her riches, would ever grace a dance of witches. Well, here my muse her wing maun cour, such flicks are far beyond her power, to sing how Nanny Lappin flang, for a supple jade she wasn't strang, and how Tam stood like in bewitched, his thought his very een enriched, till first I caper, syne another, he tint his reason a'thegither, and he roars out, "Well done, cutty sark!" And in an instant all was dark. Well, scarcely had Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees buzz out with angry fyke, when plundering herds assail their bike, as open pussy's mortal foes, when up she pops afore their nose, as eager runs the market crowd, when stop the thievery resounds aloud. So Maggie ran, the witches followed, with monies an eldritch screech and hollow. O Tam, you'll get your fairn, and hell they'll roast you like a hern, in vain thou Kate awaits thou coming. Kate soon will be a woeful woman. So dae your speedy utmost meg, and reach the keystane of the brig, there at them thou your tail may toss, for a running stream would darena cross. But ere the keystane she could make, fyke a tail she had to shake, for Nanny, far afore the rest, hard on noble Maggie pressed, and she flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little was she Maggie's mettle, I sprang brought off her master hail, but left a hint her ain grey tail. The carlin had caught her by the rump, and left puir Maggie scarce a stump. Now, who this tale of truth may read, baith man and mother's son tak heed, that if to drink you are inclined, or if cutty sarks run through your mind, ye micht just buy the joys our dear, remember Tam o' Shanter's mare.